Hey guys, this is Nadia. So I hope you guys can see me and hear me okay. So today I'm gonna be talking about my experiences studying abroad. And yeah, I mean, although I also do study in China, but I believe that the experiences of studying abroad, regardless where you study, is giving a lot of benefits for your future. And given that currently the world is getting more and more connected, definitely getting an international experience will give something valuable to your life. Anyway, so we can go on to the to my sharing about my experience studying abroad. So I'm Nadia Wijaya, and then you can call me Nadia. So I'm a student recruitment manager right now at China Admissions or Global Admissions, and then originally from Indonesia. So I used to be based in Beijing, but with COVID going on, it's getting postponed now, especially because it's harder to get the visa and also to arrange the flights. But yeah, hopefully everything will be normalized. So we all can go back to China, or if you are going to China or wherever you go, everything can go smoothly from now. So yeah, and then for my international studies experience, so I used to study in Beijing, and then I studied in University of International Business and Economics in Beijing from 2017 to 2019 to get my master's degree. And also, other than that, I got my Chinese government scholarship. So it's a fully funded scholarship from the Chinese government that supports me throughout my entire studies, so I can study for free from the support of the Chinese government. And then, so a little bit about me is that I'm from Indonesia, as I mentioned, and this is my hometown. It's called Surabaya in Indonesia. So I grew up here all my life. So I was born here, and then I was basically raised in Surabaya, and I finished my education all the way until bachelor's in Surabaya as well. And then I had a dream. I have a long life dream to actually be able to live abroad, to go somewhere fun and then just experience something new. And it's always been a dream of mine since I was a child, actually, because I was thinking probably I should go to Singapore because Singapore is actually closer to Indonesia. So I could just, probably if I need to go back home, I could just do it easily and my parents can actually visit me easily. So it was becoming a dream since I think I was in around junior high at that time. I was thinking probably I can go to overseas to pursue my studies, maybe to go do my senior high school there or my university there. And then finally, I had the chance to do it after I finished my bachelor's. And then after I finished my bachelor's, after I worked for some time, almost a year, and then I finally got the chance to pursue my dream, which is to study abroad, because I managed to fly to Beijing uh, and then study there from 2017 to 2019. So it was an awesome experience, and it's also my first time going that far away from home. So I usually not I usually don't travel that far by myself, but going to Beijing is one of the furthest trip I had that time. And then I was so nervous, but I was so excited as well because I finally had the chance to pursue my dream, which is to study abroad. And then other than that, I got the sponsor from the Chinese government scholarship, which makes my study process easier because I don't have to burden my parents with all the study costs and everything, and I can learn to be more independent because of that. And then 2 years in Beijing, there are a lot of opportunities and experiences that I learned from my time in Beijing. And I met a lot of new friends. I met people from different parts of the world. And there were some activities, some cultural events where we can mingle with everybody, with like basically all the international students the university have. And it was actually eye-opening moment for me because there were some other students that actually came from a country that I never heard. I never know where it is located. I don't know if that country actually exists, but here they are studying with me in UIBE Beijing. So there was a lot of eye-opening moment for me when I was there in Beijing because I feel like I am able to open up my horizon. I can, opened my eyes wider and experienced a lot of new opportunities in Beijing. And then during that 2 years of studying in Beijing, I also got the opportunities to actually travel to Switzerland at that time, because it was a part of the program. It was a part of the master's program. And then they have an activity where you can go to Switzerland for about a week. And then in Switzerland, we were visiting some of the big organizations offices like the WTO, and then we visited United Nations and all that. So it was a fascinating experience being able to go even further to Europe to see all these big organizations and how they work to actually make the world better, or like to serve people. So it was a great opportunity to meet more people and then to expand my knowledge. So in short, with all these 2 years of experiences that I have in Beijing, I can see Beijing as a whole, and I love living in Beijing. It was a great place to live. I mean, it's busy, so it's busy, fast-paced, hectic. So if you like slow life, probably Beijing isn't the place for you. However, it's actually very modern. And then other than that, the government is very great, I would say. So they have a lot of things systemized. So the transportation system, the infrastructure, even the technology, everything is very well organized and very modern, very developed in Beijing. So it's something that I am very grateful for as well. And then other than that, I get to travel and I get to eat. So because I love to eat, and then Beijing has delicious cuisines as well. And you're not only going to find Chinese food, but you will also find other countries' food. So it's a great opportunity and experience so far. And then in my opinion, the benefits of studying abroad, the first thing, at least this is from my own experience, the first thing is to learn the culture and the language. So being in China or wherever you're going for your studying abroad, it will make you learn the culture and the language. So even if you don't want to learn the language, you still have to, because that's one way to finally be able to adapt the culture and also adapt with the living situation, especially if the language is not your first language or it's not your second language. So it's something good to learn because it's added value to your life, to your skills as well. So you have to learn the culture and learn the language, and that's part of the process. And that's actually the beauty of learning and studying abroad. And then secondly, this is one of the benefits that I love so much, is the opportunity to meet friends from all over the world. So during my time there in Beijing, at least in my major, I have no other Indonesian friends. So I'm the only Indonesian person studying that particular major. So it's kind of that experience kind of forced me to mingle with students from other countries, because otherwise I will have no friends, right? So I have to force myself to mingle with other friends. And then, but turns out it was actually a great experience, because I get to learn their cultures as well. I get to learn their languages. My best friends were from Thailand, and they trained me with Thai language every day. So I was a little bit fluent in Thai, but just a little bit, but at least I can count from 1 to 10 in Thai. So with that opportunity, I get to meet friends not only from Thailand, but at that time my classmates were from Bangladesh, from Mongolia, Russia, and then from Kazakhstan and a few other countries, and from Laos. So it's a lot of great experiences, and then not just in classmates, but in the university as a whole, in the dormitories, outside of the university, you can meet friends from all over the world as well. And then the next thing is to travel and eat. Yeah, so I get that some people, they want to study overseas because they want to travel and eat, or they just want to travel. And in my opinion, it's actually fine to have such a reason, because it's like you're doing one thing, but you get two benefits, right? So why not? So me going to China, I traveled to several cities. I traveled to Hangzhou and then to Shanghai, Suzhou, and Xi'an, and few other cities. So it was actually a great experiences, great traveling experiences, though I don't speak Chinese very well. But as I mentioned, if you learn the language, you can actually survive better. But anyway, from all these traveling experiences, you will also be able to learn something that, for instance, in my experience, myself, at least, China is very, very big. And then if you travel from Beijing to Shanghai, you can actually see that, oh, there are different food over there. And then the cultures are different. And then they have different dialects. And then they have different sceneries. And then if you travel to Xi'an, it's a different thing again. So it will, it will open your eyes even more wider than it actually has, and they give you more and more experiences, more things to learn from, and then more things to see. So yeah, and finally, you will be able to get your degree from your prestigious university. So whatever you will learn, I think it's the benefit of studying abroad is that one of it is that because overseas universities tends to have better quality than the university at home. At least that's based on my experience, because if I compare the Indonesian education system to Chinese education system, in my opinion, Chinese education system is way more developed, and then they are more better in terms of the knowledge, in terms of the qualities and everything, in terms of the research, in terms of the study condition and everything. China is far more ahead than Indonesia. And that's why I think by me going to China, I'm able to get my degree from a more prestigious university. So it's a higher ranking university, and then I'm exposed to more all these international experiences, being able to meet friends from all over the world. And then I can learn the language and the cultures as well, and also travel to not just China, but I traveled to other countries as well. So all of this is beneficial for my future and later on when I am trying to build my career, because I believe these days the companies, they're not just looking for smart people. They're not just looking for people who graduated from like the top ones, right? Because you can find smart people everywhere, but people with experiences and people with a lot of skills, these are also valued these days. So if you can bring more added value to your life, to your skills, to your experiences, why not, right? It's gonna bring you more opportunities in the future, and it's gonna open more doors for you.